guys, my name is George, or the Real Wolfie, and welcome to episode 6 of TM Weekly Updates. First of all, I hope you enjoyed the new intro that I have now for my channel. I made that earlier today, and there is a video out showing that intro with links in the description to how you can make your own really cool intro. I'll keep that for quite a while, hopefully, and then I'll upgrade it to something that I think is a bit better. But anyway, on to this video of episode 6 of Trophy Manager Weekly Updates. As you can see from the team form down here, there are two little spots of green, so we've obviously been back to our winning ways, which is really good for us. And what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to go back and run over the results from the start of the season and compare them to the ones that have just gone, because we are now playing teams that we did at the start of the season. So the first of the league games that we played this week was against Iron Maiden, and you might remember back to the first ever episode of Trophy Manager. They were the first team we played in League 2. If you remember right, we got absolutely hammered 4-1, and it wasn't a good start to the season whatsoever, because we also got a red card for Seymour. Well, now, if we go on to the game just gone against Iron Maiden, we lost yet again, but it was only 2-0, which is the really good part. So we managed to pretty much halve the defeat of last time. And still, we only have 40% possession, and we didn't even have a shot in target that match. But our team was playing a lot better, and that was good to see the improvements we've made from the first game to the start of the second half of the season. Then the second game of the season was against Gunners Arsenal, and that match you might remember well, because that was my heaviest defeat still of the season, 6-1. And it did show improvement, because we got more possession, we had more shots on target, but somehow we only scored 1 goal. Well, if we fast forward to this week, we played them this time at home, and it was only a 1-0 defeat. And we had most of the possession. Yes, still not many shots. We're not getting many shots in the game, but 1-0 when we lost 6-1 the first time we played them, I think that is a bit of an improvement. And then in our third game in League 2, we went up against Albury FC at home, and in that game we ended up losing 2-0, which was a bit of a shame, but again we got more possession and still not many shots on target, but more possession, which is what we needed. Well, if we reverse the fixture to when we were away, this time we won 2-1, which is brilliant, because Alec Britton scored, Honey Badger scored. We actually got lots of shots for once, so we actually played well as a team, which was really good to see. And yeah, this is our progress here. This is progress. These results leave us in 14th place, 7 points above Barney FC and 9 behind Gunners Arsenal, so we're still in a bit of no man's land. Although we have got now 5 wins, 3 draws and 12 defeats, and we have scored 19, conceded 40. So we're not doing too bad. We have Broadway Town next though, who are second place, whilst Gunners Arsenal have last and Barney have 6th. So it's going to be a hard game for us, and I could see us losing points to Gunners Arsenal and Barney gaining a few on us, so if they play really well. But if we could get any points from this game against second place, I would be happy with that. So let's go and see what team I'm going to put out for this game. I've been using the assistant manager tool a lot more recently on Trophy Manager to figure out which formation is best for my team. And I've figured out that the 4-4-1-1 is probably the formation that gives me the best results. So I've been using that in the past few games, and as you just saw, I have got a few good results. So we're going to keep up with that formation, and as we have done in recent matches, have Mansoon in net with Beach on the bench. Geets is still on a yellow card at the moment, so I might leave him out, but Eshbel is okay to play, and Hind is good to play, as is Travis, and Vanna's a good player to get on there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with Vanna and put on Geets on the bench as our sub-defender. As the midfielders, we're going to try and get as good a team out on the pitch as we can, but Panis is our better midfielder. However, Britton has been playing a lot better recently, so we're going to play him for once. Now, Malanda hasn't played for a while, so we're going to try and get him on for a match with Clark Fox and Adam Seymour back on the right. Now, Bianchi has been our best offensive mid recently, and I am thinking of playing him again, although Norland is very tempting, and we are going to put him on for this game as he is slightly better. With Flavel, there's our problem. We can't have our best player up front. So off comes Dimitri because he isn't vital. Flavel goes on, and that means we need Jeremy Johnson as our centre mid. Now, as the subs, midfielder, we need a good midfielder, and I'm thinking of putting Neil on the bench as we normally do, with our wing player going to be Cody Potter as usual, and Joe Ludlow as our forward. So that means our captain will be Flavel with corners. This is where our problem comes in. We need a good corner taker. We don't really have one. We know that Geets has 17 and he is a really good player to get on the corners. But I don't want to play him at the start. So I'm going to put Seymour as our corner taker with, let's have a look at Norland quickly. Yeah, Norland as free kicks, Flavel as penalties. But the reason why I'm not starting Geets is obviously he has a yellow card, but I'm thinking of subbing on Potter and Ludlow. So I'll swap out Norland for Potter, which will put us slightly more attacking than midfielding. So obviously I'll need a better defender on then. Whereas if I sub off Geets when Potter comes on, then I'm going to have a slightly weakened team. So as the sub 60 minutes in, we're going to bring on, as usual, we're going to actually, yes, as usual, Ludlow comes on 60 minutes in, but we're actually going to bring that forward this time. And it's going to be 70 minutes in. We're going to make pretty much all our subs at 70 minutes this time. So Geets will come on for Varner 70 minutes in. So we'll have a slightly strengthened team for 5 minutes until it goes back to normal, really. And we'll have Potter for Norland at centre mid. And yep, that didn't even click him. There we go. And then, as usual, this time I'm actually going to play full-on defensive because we're against second place instead of the slightly defensive. And then short passing as we normally do. So that's going to be our lineup. And I'm actually quite confident with that lineup. I'm quite happy. The only person that I wish could be playing is Panis because he is a good player and he hasn't played much recently. And he has good crossing and marking and he is an all-round good player. But he'll get played in the future, definitely. Also this week, we had our second cup match of the season against inactive team from the Conference Premier, Fareham Juniors. Now, that is his team there on the left against my team on the right. And as you can tell, they are very, very different in totally different classes to each other, really. Okay, so you guys have seen this before in a previous video. This is where I enforce the rant alert. Although really it should be more of a rage alert. But this time, instead of me making myself look like a fool like I did last time, I'm going to let another YouTuber do it for me. This is xMattyG. You may have seen his videos before, and there'll be a link to his channel in the description, but I'm going to let him do the raging for me. 6-1. 6-1. Matt, take it away, Matt. Take it away.
I'm in McLaren Honda, so.
Button is right behind you.
Parking the bus.
Oh my god! Are you serious? Are you fucking having a bubble?
I'm fucking my family.
Of course you have, you dick! Why would you? What was that? What? Fuck off.
Yeah, thanks for that, Matt. That really helped me out there. But anyway, yeah, we lost 6-1. It isn't brilliant whatsoever, but it doesn't really matter. We're out of the cup for this season. It doesn't really matter to us because we won't go get far in it. But now onto the friendly league. We had a match against Redbridge Rejects and we managed to win that one 3-2, which is really good. Although the sad news was that FC Amiga deactivated his team. He's now restarted as SC Alpha, but he deactivated it. That's why it's now only 7 teams left in the friendly league. But we're now up to P5, 4 points. As you can see, Swanley absolutely thrashed Nike being 7-1. And Racing Club Allendale won again 3-0 that time against AFC Simon Reds United. But now the friendly league's getting a bit more open, and in the next match I have Racing Club Allendale, so I have second place. And it's a big one at the bottom between Redbridge and Nyköping. So there's some important games. Swanley isn't playing in the next round because obviously there's only 7 teams. But yeah, we've actually got a win in the friendly league, which is really good. Now on to this week's youth players, and as normal, we're going for the normal talents for right backs, not centre backs, right backs, because we're still looking for a good right back at the moment. And let's see what we get this time. Oh, we have a right back, and that's it, an 18-year-old right back. Let's see if he's any good. Some more right stuff there.
Fuck off.
3-star potential. Being honest, he's not actually going to be 3 stars, so I'm just going to fire him because he's not really worth it when they're only that good. Other than that, guys, that's probably going to be it for this episode. I haven't really got much else that I need to talk about. Nothing much has gone on as usual. But don't worry, in the future, at the end of this season, episodes will be a bit more in-depth. They'll be a bit longer and things like that as we start to buy and sell players. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. Like and subscribe if you're new around here and you enjoyed the video. There'll be some GTA stuff and more PSO gameplay coming out soon. And yeah, I've been George, or the Real Wolfie, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Goodbye.